Welcome to another episode of Mexican in the Kitchen. This is one of those recipes that you don't see a lot, but I really like. It's also very simple. I'm going to start with a small onion and one garlic clove. If it's a medium size or larger onion, maybe use half or 1/4. The point is we don't need that much of it. How finely you want to chop this is completely up to you, but personally for this recipe I try to mince them quite nicely because I don't like noticing that there's the onion and the garlic pieces. I think it's nicer when you cut them really finely, so then they kind of blend nicer with the rice. Once we're done with them, we can set them aside. Now I'm going to take my jalapeno and I'm going to make 2 cuts along the sides. These will cut it into kind of 4 pieces, but I'm going to leave them attached to the stem. I'll just throw this in for flavor. Now I'm going to need my broth. If you have some homemade chicken stock or vegetable stock or anything else, of course that's the best. In my case I don't have it right now, so I'm going to make something quite simple. I wanted to show you the container I'm using because I'm not really using a measuring cup, and I wanted to use a normal glass because I wanted to make a point here where you can use any kind of measurement you want and any amounts you want, as long as you use the same container to measure both rice and water. For every cup of rice you want to use 2 cups of water. As you can see, I used 4 measurements of water, and I don't know if you knew, but sometimes the cups are different in Europe and in the US. They might be between the 235 milliliters and 250. So it doesn't matter what you use to measure, it's important that you use the same thing. If you don't have the homemade stock, you can use many options. You can use the chicken stock cubes, you can use these fond du chef, for example, the vegetable ones. You can even use some other forms, like you can use beef if you want. I have this chicken powder, which is basically the same as the cubes. Now I've noticed that the ones I use in Mexico and the ones I use in Europe taste very similar, but the amounts of sodium is very different. So it's completely up to you if you want to add some more salt, or if you don't, you probably know your ingredients better. I am going to use 1 cube because I want the flavor to be a bit mild. If you want it a bit stronger, you can use 1.5 or even 2. This is on my stove on a 5 out of 12 maybe, so medium fire. I'm going to warm up the water just enough so that it's easy to dissolve it. I'm gonna mix it and I'm going to make sure it dissolves nicely. Then I can move it out of the fire. We don't really need this to be too hot. In my case, I'm going to add a bit more salt and I'm going to set it aside. Once we have our broth, I'm going to need a pan that has a lid. In this case, I'm adding also some canola oil, and then I'm going to throw my garlic and onion in there. I have this on a 9 out of 12 in the stove, so medium-high fire. I didn't wait for my pan to be hot before adding my onion and garlic, because this will help me time when to add my rice. Right now, all I want to do is stir a bit, make sure there's a bit of oil everywhere, and that the onions are not piled up in the same place so that they can cook evenly. Once the pan gets hot enough, you will notice it starts bubbling quite nicely, starts smelling quite good. At this point we want to stir a bit, make sure everything is getting cooked evenly, nothing's burning. You will notice how the onion and garlic turn into this like see-through kind of color, and this is exactly the point where we want to add our rice. As you can see, I'm using the exact same container. I'm using 4 amounts of water, so I'm using 2 amounts of rice. I'm going to throw it in and I'm going to stir. Right now I'm using basmati rice because that's the one I usually buy and I like, but in Mexico the most common one is the long grain white rice, so you can also use that. Now I want to have the rice here on the pan for a couple minutes. I want to stir. I don't want it to burn, but if you notice some grains start to brown a bit, maybe that's the point where you need to add your broth. The reason why we do this in Mexico is because shocking the rice with temperature, it will help encapsulating the starch, so then your rice won't be too sticky. In some other cultures you might see people washing the rice before using, so that's kind of for the same purpose. Right now I am adding 3 tablespoons of mustard, and you can use any kind of mustard you want. Of course, if you want to use Dijon or something like that, you might need a bit less because it's a bit more strong. Here I'm using the medium average cheap kind of mustard you can get from any store. At this point I'm going to keep stirring, try to mix everything. First because I want the mustard to go everywhere, and second because we still don't want the rice to burn. Once my rice has been on the fire for maybe 2-3 minutes, I'm going to now add my broth. Once I have added my rice, I'm going to stir. This doesn't have to be for too long, it's a quick stir. I just like doing these circular motions, side to side motions. I just want to make sure there's no piles of rice. I want to try to level it up, and then we can continue. At this point, I'm going to add my jalapeno. Remember, it's just for flavor. You don't have to add it if you don't want, but it's not going to make it too spicy. At this point, I'm also adding 100 grams of these frozen vegetables. I have carrots, peas and corn mix. You can play with that. You can add whatever mix you want. You can skip the vegetables as well. It's completely up to you. Some people like defrosting these. Personally, I don't usually do it. I just take them out from the freezer before I'm going to use them when I'm starting to prep everything, and that should be enough. At this point, I'm going to give it another quick stir. I'm going to let it be here on the fire for a bit. I don't want to stir it too much, but I'm just going to wait for my broth to start bubbling. After some time, you will notice there's some bubbles in there. It means it's starting to boil. It's not yet a full-on boil, but this means this is hot enough. So at this point, I'm just going to mix everything. I want to even everything out. It's just going to be one last mixing, and then we can proceed to put the lid on. When I started cooking the rice, I was on a 9 out of 12 on my stove, and now I need a lower fire. I'm going to set it to a 2 or 3 out of 12, and if your stove is not a gas stove or induction and it remains hot for a long time, maybe it's better to move it to a separate burner. We want to leave our rice here for about 20 to 25 minutes or until the water evaporates completely. This is a bit tricky because that time will vary depending on your stove, the kind of pot you're using, etc. So you have to check on it, but try not to open the lid too many times. If you have a lid that's see-through, then that's even better. Once our rice is ready, we can leave it there for about 5 minutes, let it rest with the lid on. And the reason we don't want to open the rice many times or none at all is because we want the steam to stay in there. That will make our rice more fluffy. Once our rice is ready, we can take the lid off, let it rest for a few minutes, and then we can use a spoon just to make it a bit more fluffy, make sure it doesn't cool down, being kind of compact. And now our rice is ready and we can serve it with whatever we choose to serve it. This is how I make this mustard rice. This is very nice, it's very simple. If you've seen my other recipe, for example with the tomato, there's red rice. It's basically the same recipe. You can do the same with some tomato paste also. You can also play with these flavors. You can add some other condiments, or maybe you can add, instead of the mustard or the tomato, you can also add poblano, smashed poblano, like just blend it a bit, throw it in there, make some green rice. And this is a kind of base for any kind of flavor rice you want to make. You can, of course, play with the flavors, do it and experiment with things that you would like to use. This is just something I really like. In Mexico, at least in my city, they serve it quite often, or they sell it in this rotisserie chicken kind of place. They use a bit of the chicken broth, a bit of the grease that comes from the chicken, so it's usually a bit more greasy. It's very flavorful, and it just goes really well with that kind of, just like a grilled chicken, rotisserie chicken, that kind of thing. But also you can do it or use it for anything else. For example, I would just crack an egg on top of this. This is perfectly good. You can also have it just by itself. It's really nice. I grew up in Mexico having this kind of flavored rice. It's not super common, or at least I would say I probably never had, other than the sushi places. I never had plain rice just with something else. Usually it always has some flavor. This is something very nice that if you are used to making some plain rice to go with a dish, this kind of thing can bring it a bit, like, step up and give just way more flavor, give a bit more variety to your everyday cooking. So I hope you like it. I hope you try it at home. Press like, subscribe, activate the bell, all those kind of things. And see you in the next one.